Alrighty, look what we got here. We just got some of these proprietary OEM Shadow Systems parts in from Shadow System. Their housing, their actual trigger bar. This is something I've been trying to facilitate for a while, and it's finally come together. But I'm going to start buying these parts off Shadow System, and we're going to offer these triggers because we found that, you know, if I get a phone call, which I don't like getting, you know, not that I don't mind troubleshooting, but the majority of the troubleshooting comes with the Shadow Systems gun. And it's not because there's anything wrong with the gun, it's just they're proprietary to their parts, just like the same thing kind of happened with Zev parts and Zev guns. So, you know, the OEM stuff doesn't drop in. Sometimes it drops in phenomenal, and sometimes it needs troubleshooting, and then sometimes I'm like, we're just going to bag it because obviously this isn't working. So, you know, over some correspondence, got a hold of those guys, and we got some of these parts. And I tell you what, man, they are dropping in like Tony Hawk, if you know what I'm saying. So we'll just do a comparison real quick. Where's the, okay, so this is just the OEM right out of the box. As you can see, there's your take up right there. It's got a big jump, you know, so after that jump, that means you have to overcome that jump, and you're a lot of movement with that trigger right there. And, you know, you kind of have, and that's the difference, like, you kind of have to make it that way. That's why Glocks are that way, because these are mass produced. Even though they have tighter tolerances and tight quality control, that you do have to do a lot for a bunch of different stuff. We're a custom shop, so we can really start to narrow things down with the things that we're doing. And so if I just drop this in real quick, because I literally, Mike can attest, I literally just built these. And now, out here, sorry. I'm gonna put the cart before the horse. Pop that out. And you see, I didn't, you know, didn't spend a bunch of time polishing it. Everything is done where it needs to be done. Because these are going out to someplace undisclosed. Pop that in there. So now, there's your wall. There's your brake, and that's the reset. So it's a big deal, huge difference. Wall, very solid, stout wall. There's no creep. There's no travel. If I go right into it, just breaks. Backing that up. If I go right into it, it just breaks. So that's what that is. Pin started to walk here, but yeah, I'm really excited. You know what? In the comments, we're trying to think of a cool name for it that goes along with like Shadow System, like something system to go with the Shadow System. So if you can think of something creative, we're all ears, man. Usually we're pretty good with that, but I figured, hey, you know, if y'all could come up with something, I'd be grateful. Then I don't have to get the thesaurus out or anything like that. All right, guys, remember, trigger control is control.